Hey, what's going on? This is PKJ Pastor Kendrick Jones. It is Thursday, August the 25th, 2011. Guess what? It's Throwback Thursday. You know, Throwback Thursday is the day that I come and tell you a throwback story from my childhood and then make it apply. This story happened when I had to be about 8 or 9 years old. Now, at the time of this story, there was a fish fry going on at someone else's house. This is a friend of the family, a family member. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was a fish fry going on. My mom had sent me back to my house to pick up something and take it back to her. Now, she sent me on assignment to pick up something. Now, as I'm leaving on assignment, I just so happened to start playing with some rocks. There's something about rocks in the hands of a little boy that makes him want to throw it. I mean, the rock starts talking to him and saying, throw me. Throw me. You know, I can't explain it. You know, we just have a connection with rocks. You know, and so when I get to my house, I have to go around the front of the house because that's the key that I had to the front door. But as I come to the front of my house is positioned right off of Highway 65 across the street from the football field. Now, if you have to go to Florida from anywhere up north, more than likely you're going to go through Eudora, Arkansas. I hear you saying, okay, if you blink, you're gonna miss it, yada yada yada, whatever. Anyway, so you have to go through Eudora, Arkansas. If you pass the Eudora High School football field, you're going to pass by my house because the football field is on one side, my house is on the other side. And my brothers and I, we would always sit in our yard and throw rocks to see how far we can throw them across the street. And so on this particular day, instead of just trying to see if I could throw them from across the street at the bottom of our driveway, I decided I'm going to come all the way up to the house. Now, my house is set on a hill in Eudora. It sits on the hill. And so I'm trying to see if I can throw the rock from the top of the hill to across the street. Now, remember, I'm supposed to be going and get something for my mama. But I'm playing with rocks. And so as I'm throwing, something very euphoric happened. You know, I can't even explain it. Just so happened as I was trying to throw across the street, the rock went up in the air and it landed on the top of someone's car, and it made that sound, boom. And the person got so dumbfounded to where they didn't know where it was coming from, because as soon as I heard the thud, I laid down in the grass and they couldn't see me. I got off scot-free, right? And so I decided, woo, man, that was fun. And so I decided I was going to do it again. So I started timing it to where when cars were coming on the interstate, going, whether they were going north or south, I would time it. And generally, I was timing them going south. And so I would time it, and man, I got it down to a science. And I would throw over the rock, and they'd go up in the air. Boom. Man, they hit that car, and I lay down in the grass. And I do it again. Throw that rock. Boom. Boy, man, ooh. But it was so fun. Man, I was having so much fun. And I would throw it, and it hit that car, and I lay down in the grass. Now, I was having so much fun to where I was not even paying attention to who was riding down the highway. Now, you know, Eudora, Arkansas, everybody know everybody. But most of the people who were coming down the highway, these were people who were not Eudorians. These were people who were on their way down to Florida or down to the Gulf Shores or wherever they were going. So they were passing through, going down through Louisiana or something like that. They were passing through. And so most of them, they didn't know me. But this one particular time, because I was having so much fun, I wasn't paying attention. There was a gentleman by the name of Carl Lackey. Now, Carl Lackey had a black Chevy Cordoba, had white wall tires, and was chromed out with a red interior. Whoo! Boy, this car was nasty. I'm telling you, it was nasty. And man, Carl loved that car probably more than his kids. I guarantee you, I don't care if it's raining, you would never see dirt on Carl's Cordoba. And here it is, he is coming down the highway, and before I could see that it's him coming, I released the rock from my hand, and I'm looking now at Carl, and I'm looking at the rock, looking at Carl, looking at the rock, looking at Carl, looking at the rock, and I'm seeing the rock go, and I'm saying, well, maybe I won't make it this time. But you remember, I'd gotten this thing down to a science, so I knew it was going to hit. And sure enough, it hit Carl's car, and I'm so stupid and so it's shocked that I have done this, that I have done this to Carl Lackey, that I don't even have time to fall down in the grass. And so I'm trying to do it, and I'm sliding down now. But by the time I slide down, Carl already sees me. Now there's a gas station that's right down the street from my house, right down the highway. And so now he goes into the parking lot of the gas station. He turns around because he sees me, and by this time I run in the house. But he already sees that I've run in the house, and he comes knocking on the door, and I'm peeking out the window like a dummy, waiting to see if he's left. Now my mama not there, my daddy not there, nobody there but me. And so I'm scared. I'm scared. And he sees my head come up out the window. He said, I see you, GD. He cussing. He going smooth out. He didn't. Now, GD, you know what GD means. He said, I see you, GD. He said, come on out there. Bring your A out there. And man, I come out there, and I'm trembling. I'm nervous. And I'm trembling. You know, my knees are shaking, Jack. And so he said, where your mama at? I say, she at the fish fry. And man, I'm sitting up here, I'm crying, my tears coming down my eyes. And man, he talking, and he cussed me up one side, down the next. And he telling me how I don't need to be throwing those rocks because I could break somebody's windshield, I could cause a wreck, whatever. He said, you don't know what can happen. And man, he is cussing me smooth out. And while he's cussing me out, I'm so scared. I use the bathroom on myself. It's number one, not number two. And so he sees that my pants are wet now, and I got on short pants now, so he sees it running down my leg, and so he wants to laugh, but he can't even laugh because he's so mad. He said, what I should do is tell your mama on you. Get your A in that house. Don't you ever let me see you throw no rocks like that again. I said, yes, sir. I go in the house, start crying. I had to change my clothes. What's the moral of the story? Moral of the story is this. When God has sent you on assignment to do something, you don't have time to be playing no games. Because whenever you start playing games while you should be on assignment, you will find yourself in a position to where you are going to end up being cursed. Jesus said, that we must work the works that the Father has sent us to work while it is day, because when night comes, no man can work. If I'm too busy playing, by the time the Father has sent Jesus Christ back to redeem us and rapture us out of the earth, then I'm going to find myself in a cursed situation. So it's time to stop playing and get to work. Second more, you can only throw rocks and hide your hands for so long before you get caught. You think that you keep throwing it and you get away with it and it's fun, it's all fun and games, but watch this. Either you're going to get somebody hurt or you're going to find yourself getting caught. And when you get caught, you're going to find yourself in a sticky situation. Stop throwing rocks. Just put them down and go and do what you're supposed to be doing. Get you some business. Wait, who's that? Was that Marvin C. used to sing that? Get you some business and leave other folk business alone. Hey, this is Helen Jones' second song, saying life is too short to play games. So keep it real. 2 fingers to the north. We out of here. Pow!